We want to make sure that going forward that we have those tough and difficult conversations to rebuild trust within those communities.
St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones addressing community outrage after a police SUV crashed into a gay bar and officers arrested the owner. The crash was caught on video right here. The SUV hit Bar PM in South City Monday. The officer who was driving says he got distracted by the police radio, overcorrected, and then lost control. While police were wearing body cameras at the time, the police department says it's not releasing the footage. Our Christine Byers joins us now for this week's Byers Beat to talk about this case.
And the big question is, Christine, why aren't police releasing this body cam video? Everyone wants to see it.
Definitely. Everybody does want to see it. And they're basically saying that it's part of a criminal investigation, so they're not going to release it. Now, that criminal investigation is, of course, the bar owner who has been charged with a misdemeanor for allegedly shoving an officer during a confrontation that followed that crash. Now, we've learned today that several city leaders have actually seen the body camera footage, and our political editor, Mark Maxwell, and I have reported that sources are saying that the officers could have de-escalated the situation better, but there definitely was a shove.
And we have not heard from the police chief, Robert Tracy. Have you reached out to him? Why haven't we heard from him?
That's another great question, Ann. It's definitely one we've been asking. And this week I titled my column, Paging Chief Robert Tracy. I mean, look, this story has gone national at this point. You have one of your police SUVs slamming into a business. And police waited more than 2 days to answer very basic questions.
Okay, so if we are not hearing from the chief, which is his opportunity to really, since this is such a big story, who did he put in front of the cameras to speak for him?
So he chose a Lieutenant Colonel Renee Kreisman to put in front of the cameras just yesterday. And, you know, he is the 4th police chief that I've covered while working on the public safety beat here in this town. And, you know, what I explore in this week's column is that his predecessors have handled the scrutiny before. Some of them, of course, not immediately as we wanted to, but they faced those cameras, they faced those questions, those tough questions on the department that they lead.
So the column, Paging Robert Tracy, have you heard from anybody from SLMPD about what you wrote in your beat?
No, I mean, you know, just internally, I've heard from sources saying that they agreed with the column, but as for official response from the police department, from our request for an interview with the chief, radio silence.
Keep paging, keep paging. So what happens next?
So what happens next in this case then is it has now been reduced to a misdemeanor. So there will have to be a trial potentially. My prediction though is basically because this is reduced to a misdemeanor, there will probably be some sort of agreement reached, some sort of deal before it ever goes to court.
As always, great work, Christine. You can read her column on ksdk.com.